Hi guys, how are you? My name is Luane Young, and I am starting this channel so that I can help you guys when it comes to being a child actor, an influencer, as well as starting a business, and how all of those things relate into one. So if that's something that interests you, keep on watching. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Luane Young, and I am the mother of child actor Josiah Young, who plays Dion in the Netflix original Raising Dion. Now, Josiah was only 6 years old when he booked and started filming the role of Dion. Ever since we started working in the industry, we get tons of questions on, hey, how did you get started in the industry? How can we get started into the industry? What do you make? What's it like to be within the industry? What are the pros, the cons? All sorts of questions from east to west. It's like tons of different things. And there's so much information, and not every person is the same. So there's so many different avenues and so many different ways to take it. So I'm here to try to help you understand some of that, maybe even allow you to miss some of those bumps in the road that I had to hit from the things I've learned and the things we've been through, our experience since we've begun this process. Now, I know a lot of you think, oh my God, I'll be an actor and I'll just be an overnight success and I'll be rich in a year. It's not like that. Josiah is 8 years old. He booked the role of Dion at the age of 6, but we had been working in this industry since the age of 3. Now, even that, in some cases, is very, very fast track to get a leading role in a hit show. So let's just take it step by step here. Josiah actually started out in kids' pageants, okay? Now, we did these pageants, honestly, because he thought he was going to be a prince. He saw a flyer and saw a little boy in a crown and said, that's how I become a prince. I want to do that. He was only 2 years old. So we started with that, and he just started winning these pageants crazily. We didn't understand what was happening. I was new to this whole new world, so I'm like, oh my gosh, my kid is winning. He's winning money. He's traveling the nation, going to different kind of pageants. People are asking him to do other little events because he's winning pageants. He became the boy to beat in the pageant world. And I didn't even know that until we went to a pageant in Atlanta, and some of the moms came up to me and said, oh, hi, I hear your son's the one to beat. And I'm like, what are they talking about? So I start checking social media, and he was legit the little boy to beat within the pageant. He was just constantly winning. It was very exciting, but that is how we sort of got our taste in the spotlight. From there, after winning so many pageants, I started hearing a lot of, your kid has a crazy personality. He's not shy. He's very outgoing. You should get him into modeling and acting. You should try him at those avenues. He may like it, and maybe for his personality, he may thrive. I had no idea at all how to step into that industry. Thank God I met a friend who was able to show me a little bit, and now I'm showing you guys. So he did an audition just like anybody else. It wasn't like, oh, I know somebody, and they just put him right in, they're going to get him stuff. He had to actually audition for an agent, for a manager, before he booked any roles. Okay, and even before he booked roles, I was actually being a self-submitting mom, and I submitted him for something. So his first few jobs, I actually booked on my own. One of them was actually pretty good, so I'm kind of happy about that. But it's a process, and he didn't just jump into it. We started in the industry of acting and modeling at about the age of 3 for Josiah. Now, this is coming after a year of doing pageants and winning pageants. He started pageants about 2, and then by 3 years old, we were in New York City auditioning for a manager and an agent. Now, Josiah booking this agent came completely by accident to the bathroom, or he had to go to the bathroom. He actually came with me into the women's restroom to go to the bathroom. So we went to the bathroom, and while we're in there, Josiah just starts randomly talking to this woman we met in the bathroom. He's introducing himself, shaking her hand, just tons of personality, just flowing out his natural self. And come to find out, that was actually the manager that we were about to go and audition for. So they're talking maybe about 5-10 minutes, and Josiah's just going on and on like he's known her his entire life. And then by the time the conversation's over, before the woman leaves the bathroom, she looks at me and says, are you his mother? And I say, yes. She says, did I give you a contract? And I'm saying, I'm sorry, for what? She says, are you here for the audition? I said, oh yes, I'm here for the audition. We've just got here and we haven't went in yet. And she looks at me and says, make sure you get a contract before you leave here today. So it was mind-blowing that he pretty much booked this manager before he even went into the room. There you have it. He had a manager and an agent. And I know it's not always going to be that easy. To me, I felt that was a very easy way to book a manager and an agent. However, that doesn't mean that everything comes easy. It gets hard. things are hard and it's scary and it's tough. And if you stick with it, it will pay out in the end. So when it comes to how you can enter into the industry, I have a few steps that may make things a little bit easier for you, may make this road go smoother, because there is sort of a process of how things need to be done. And I had to learn that the hard way. So it took me a lot longer to actually get to where I wanted to be, because I was just new and I didn't know. And I wish there was a video like this explaining everything to me when I was going through these bumps. But I'm going to give you this information so that you can better understand how to get started. That way you have a better chance at being successful. So for the first step, I'd say would be to know your child. What I mean by this is, people come up to you in the mall and they're like, oh my gosh, your child is gorgeous. They should be a model. They should be an actor. Oh my God, your kid is so personable. They should be an actor. Oh my God, your kid is a leader. He should be an influencer. Things like that. I get that, and that is definitely part of it, and it's important. However, you have to make sure this is something that your child wants to do. That is the very first thing. You can't push them into this, because in the end it's going to show, and then it's just going to be a waste of time because it's not going to work out. So even if your kid is very personable and outgoing, that is besides the point. Okay? They got to love this. They got to love this. Is your child the type of person who's never met a stranger and they'll go up to somebody and they'll strike up a conversation and they'll sit there like they've known them for years? Is your child the type of person that you can sit them down and they'll play with other kids as if they've known them forever, they're their best friends? Will your child let other people hold them and hug them, or are they shy? Things like that. You have to remember that your child is going to be playing somebody's child, somebody's brother, sister. They're going to be playing a student in a room full of kids and a teacher they do not know. So they have to be okay with being separate from their parent, striking up conversation like it's normal, not shy at all. You know, they have to be, that has to be one of the things that they're okay with. If your child is very, very beautiful, but very, very passive and very, very shy, not saying they cannot make it in this industry, but it's going to be a little harder breaking in. So those are definitely one of the things to look for. And definitely make sure that this is something they want to do, okay? At a young age, it's like, okay, they don't really know what they want to do as of yet. But if you can see when you're taking them to auditions or you're taking them to shoots and things like that, and that's just not when they're happy and they're just like crying and they don't want to be there, and you're trying to talk them into it, then this probably is not the spot for them. Step 2 would be to get some decent pictures, good pictures to market and represent your child, okay? Now, when I say good pictures, yes, I do mean a headshot. You need a headshot and a full body shot. But I don't mean to go out and buy $3,000 pictures when you are just starting out thinking, oh, I'm going to buy these very expensive pictures and they are going to get my kid work. That does not mean that, okay? It's great to have great pictures, but let's take this step by step. Initially, when you're starting out, especially if you have a young child, for instance, an infant, a toddler, you don't even really need to have a full-blown photo shoot. Pictures taken on your iPhone with your child looking into the camera and happy behind a plain background, that will be fine, okay? Those are fine to submit for agents, managers, even for some bookings starting out, okay? That is totally fine and totally acceptable. I did that at first, and then I went to JCPenney. I'm like, I don't know what a headshot is. They said they want a headshot. I took my kid to JCPenney and did a little photo shoot. I had no idea, but that's why we learn, okay? And that's why I'm here to help you. So those type of pictures taken on the iPhone are great starting out. They want to see your kid's personality. They want to see if your kid is cute. They want to see if your kid takes direction, looking into the camera, things like that. And then everything else comes later. So those starting out, definitely good. And it's cheap. Want to eventually land a manager and an agent, it's a really good idea to already have something going for yourself. That way they could say, oh, wow, you know, Susie is working and people seem to like her. I can take her further, and they want to work with you. And we will go through scams and how managers and agents get paid, etc., in later videos, so keep an eye out for that. Which brings me to step 3, which is take acting classes. Now, acting classes are offered pretty much all over the big cities, so if you live in a big city, then great. If you don't live in a big city and you're not sure if there are acting classes there, you should look into smaller things such as theaters. A lot of times they offer acting classes, or school projects, things like that. They will usually offer some sort of acting class, and if not, there's always online acting classes, which you can get from a major city, and they'll just do it online with you. Me personally, I definitely prefer live acting classes just because the kid gets that experience and they're there and they're in the moment. But if that's not an avenue for you, definitely go the route of online acting classes. I have done both, so they still make a difference. Acting classes definitely are important because it shows the agent or manager that you one day want to audition for and have that you're serious about perfecting your craft and getting better, because there is always something to learn. And it also shows the people that are actually going to be booking you on these jobs that, hey, I'm serious, I'm here, I want to learn, I want to do this, I have put in time, effort into this. Which brings me to step 4. So step 4 is you want to create that resume, okay? Now, you definitely do need a resume. Even if you've only got one thing on that resume, put that resume out there, okay? That's that one thing you should be proud of and you should be sharing with everyone, okay? That's the one thing to start you. It doesn't have to be a giant role. It could be a print. I did print for Target. Okay, put that on the resume under print. You know what I mean? That's how you get started. Everyone has to start somewhere. So we're definitely going to want a resume. Resume should include your name, your things about you, like your eye color, hair color, height, weight, sizes, what age range you play. So if you're 5 years old, you want to play 4 to 6, things like that. As well as your experience, of course. Oh, and your contact information, definitely. You want to put your email, your phone number, your name, things like that. Now, experience comes in different categories, and I will definitely go through resume breakdown in another video. However, you definitely want to put everything on there. So if you have a commercial and you have a short film you've been in and a print job, they all go into different categories. So feature film, television, print, different things, okay? Television will be first, feature film, then print. Then, of course, you want to add things like special skills. Do you play the violin? Can you sing? Are you taking singing lessons? Also your training. Are you taking acting classes? Are you taking singing classes? Do you play on a sports team? Things like that. So you want to add those things in there that, say they need a 7-year-old kid who plays basketball. Oh, I'm playing basketball. I play on a team. I'm pretty good. Put that on there, okay? They need a 13-year-old singing girl. Oh, my daughter sings all the time. She's in the choir as well as taking singing lessons. She can read music, whatever the case may be. You want those things on your resume. Those are things that are going to stand you apart from everyone else, okay? So, yeah, there's a 13-year-old girl here who can sing. She says she can sing, but I don't know that for a fact because she has no information on her resume about it. And there's a 13-year-old girl over here who has acting classes, singing classes, can read music. She's, have a YouTube channel link that I can go ahead and listen to her music, things like that. So you want to have all that information. It's very important. And like I said, I will do a video on what to be on your resume and how to create a resume and all of that so that you are not left in the dark. If you are liking these tips or you think you can use these tips or you'd like more tips, let me know in the comments below, okay? I can give you what you need. I just need to know what you need. So let me know what you're thinking about this. Do you feel I left out any tips? Do you want to add something? Are you missing something? Tell me that, okay? Let me know. I will look through it. I read every comment. So go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know. I may not reply to every single comment, but I do read them because I think it's important so that I can give you what you're asking for. Which brings me to my final step, step number 5, which is going ahead and auditioning for that manager or agent, okay? Now, you've already went ahead, you found out if this was for your child or not, you've gotten pictures done, you've gotten experience, acting classes, built a resume. Now you're ready to say, hey, I've got a few things on my resume, I've been doing some lessons, I'm ready to go ahead and jump into the big leagues, okay? All right, first thing. How do you find agents or managers to submit to? Now, there are a few ways. This is what I'll say. If you are a part of any Facebook, Instagram, things like that, groups, a lot of them post reputable agencies in the group, okay? So you can look at their files, their forms, and go through that list and see what agents are in your state, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, of course, Google. You can Google everything, okay? Thank God for the world we live in. Everything is on the internet. Does that mean you believe everything on the internet? No. But you have to do your due diligence and Google these things, look them up, look into them, make sure that they are legit. Now, one way to know if things are legit, they will never ask you for money up front, okay? No reputable manager or agent is going to ask you, hey, all right, we're going to sign your kid. We need $1,500 up front. Then, of course, you have to pay $350 for the photo shoot. Then we'll get your marketing package together. That's going to be $500. No. Okay, no. Nothing is paid up front. They say yes or no, I think I can work with your child. Let's sign the contract. Or maybe you don't sign the contract right away. Maybe they want to see if they can book you on a few things first. That's fine, and that is it. You don't have to get your pictures from them. You don't have to get any marketing information from them. Nothing. That's it. The only time you pay them is when you get paid. Okay? That is it. Another way to go ahead and get information on who to work for, who to audition for when it comes to managers and agents is, of course, word of mouth. And that is going to be the easiest way, or not really the easiest way, but the most way that agents would love to have it is if, hey, Susie works for so-and-so agency regularly, and she's got a friend who is very, very personable, and she's submitting her friend to the agency. That's a great way to get in, okay? It's a great way to get in. You told your agent about this person. Now your agent is interested in this person, okay? That's probably one of the best ways agents like it, because they already know somebody within this, and this person knows what they're looking for, what they like, things like that. So that's probably the easiest way. I do sometimes. I post auditions for agents and managers sometimes, so you can find that on my page. Also, I'd say IMDb. So you can go into imdb.com or to the app and see agents, managers, even publicists if you're that far along, things like that are reputable, okay? So you want to do your due diligence. Like I said, you don't want to just pick somebody and be like, oh, well, this person has an agency, so I'll pick them. That'd be great, and we're going to go far. No. All right? You want to make sure that you are taking the time out to make sure these people or this company is right for you and your child. My next video is actually going to be on audition prep. So if you are far along in the business that you are going on auditions, I'm going to tell you how we prepare for that and how you can prepare for that if you're having some issues within that realm. So I will see you next week for that video. Those, I'd say, are the best 5 tips when it comes to starting in this business and becoming a child actor or getting your child to be a child actor, and things to follow to make sure that this is actually the world for you. So please go ahead, comment anything you think I missed, anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to see, or even for future videos. What kind of videos do you want? What are you interested in? What would you like to know? Go ahead and comment those things down below. Like this video, please. Share this video with your friends. Share it with anyone you think it will be useful to. Anyone you know trying to get into this industry. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get information on my new videos the moment they come. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Go be great and take care.